Take two. Okay, I forgot to hit record. I went through all this nonsense. Well, it's nonsense now, but it's still fresh in my mind. But anyway, let me get my rock and roll shades on. Okay? So today's album ranking is a band that I saw one time. I really like them. They created their own unique sound. Of course, they're not in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why would they be? They've only had massive top 10 hits. Number one hit sold probably like 20, 30, 40 million albums worldwide, maybe more. This band started in the late 70s. They didn't put out their first album until 1980. They are from Australia. So, no, it's not AC/DC. So, the band is INXS. INXS. And they're good stuff, man. So, like I said, saw them one time. So they have 12 albums. One's a tribute album to the lead singer who passed away in November of 97. That would be Michael Hutchins. And then they have another album with a new lead singer called Switch. Well, I believe it was a relatively decent album. It's not truly INXS, in my opinion. But whatever. So I'm going to go down a list of the 10 studio albums that the band did put out from the course of 1980 till 1997, 17 years. So we're going to start off, okay, what are the other band members? Well, you have sax and guitar, Kirk Pengilly, David Beers, Mike Beers, something like that, on drums, and the Farris brothers, one on guitar, one on keyboards, and one on drums. So, John Farris on drums, Andrew Farris on keyboards. Who's the other Farry boy? Let me see. On my site, Tim Farris on lead guitar. Anyway, so I'm gonna, at the bottom of my list of preferences, this album would be their second album, Underneath the Colors, which came out in 1981. Relatively not it charted well in Australia, it didn't even chart in the US. It's a good album, it's very different, very new wave. I think they kind of went a little off track here on this compared to their debut, which is up next, their debut album, INXS. INXS came out in 1980, and I like this album, you know. Wishy-washy, On a Bus, Just Keep Talking, Learn to Smile. Very new wave, very hip, very unique sound. So that would be number 9. Number 8 would be their last release, Elegantly Wasted. This came out in April of 97, and then about 5 months, 10 months later, 6 months later, Michael Hutchins passed away, tragically. What's on here? Show Me, Elegantly Wasted, Searching, very 90s sounding album. Almost got kind of a grungy tint to it, too, you know. Inside, got them, let's see what kind of pictures they got in here. That's a good picture. I don't know who that gal is. Yeah, she's got the INXS shirt. She's on the cover, looking elegantly wasted. This wasn't a very well-received album, even though it's actually pretty decent, you know. I guess there was so much going on in alternative rock at that time, with grunge and new metal and rap and hip-hop and pop and dance, that INXS were already considered kind of like dinosaurs. But as you go back and listen to all their other albums, some of the ones you may not be familiar with, you realize the brilliance of the band for their own unique sound. And will they be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, okay. They've been eligible for 16 years, so nah. There's other more important artists to put in there, you know, that aren't even rock and roll. But I digress. Anyway, so what's next up? Number 7, The Swing. The Swing came out in 1984. This is the album that kind of broke them. They went, you know, top 40, top 50 Well, just bubbling under, as they say. But this has Original Sin on it. Love is What I Say. I Send the Message. The Swing. Original Sin, that was a big hit off the album. But that's where that falls. That falls at number 7 for me. Number 6 for me would be this. X. X. I don't know. It's not their 10th album. Don't know why it's called X. It just is. This is a good album, man. This album came out in 1990. And this is on the 6th on the list. Suicide Blonde. Disappear, The Stairs, Faith in Each Other, Bitter Tears, On My Way. Fantastic album. Fantastic album. And of course, this album did very well. It had a few top 10 hits. And it came out on the heels of their absolute monster smash, like 3 years later, though. So, a lot changed in that time frame as we went into 1990 from the late 80s. As far as music did. A lot of things, culture, fashion. Okay, number 5 for me would be Shabu Shaba. Shabu Shaba. I love this album. The One Thing. It's such a good song. Don't Change. To Look at Love. Jan's song. Old World, New World. Shabu Shaba. Great. The song just Don't Change, The One Thing. Oh, what a cool ass song. Next up, we have their what is this? This is their 1993 release, Full Moon, Dirty Hearts. It's a good album. Very underrated album. I think it was their, next to their second album, it was like their, one of their lowest charting albums. Didn't really sell well and didn't go platinum or gold or anything. But this album's good. It's got The Gift, Time, I'm Only Looking, Full Moon, Dirty Hearts. This The Messenger. This is a good album. I know most of the songs aren't familiar, but this is a good listen, man. I like that. That's number 4. Number 3 for me is Welcome to Wherever You Are, which came out the year before this in 92. This is a good album. Heaven Sent, Communication, Taste It, Not Enough Time, Baby Don't Cry, Strange Desire. Good album. Good album. It's got that unique INXS sound, but you can hear it changing and morphing with the 90s, as you could also hear on this album. They were definitely embracing that almost, kind of like the way U2 reinvented themselves with Octoon Baby. That's kind of what happened with INXS. I don't know if they influenced each other. I'm sure they did. Number 2 for me is their absolute magnum opus. Hit monster, greatest hits album, Kick. Guns in the Sky, New Sensation, Devil Inside, Need You Tonight, Mediate. Come on, is there a better combination than them two songs? Never Tear Us Apart, Mystify, Calling All Nations. They were top of their game. Their videos were all over. It's the full cover of the band. This was some cool stuff, man. Every song on it was just monster videos and radio hits. And then, for me, that my favorite album by them, or best, you could switch between the top 2 at any given point. Listen Like Thieves. Like I said in my other video, What You Need, is there a better rock and roll beat than that one in a song? What a great song. The videos are mad cool. Like it's got Listen Like Thieves, Kiss the Dirt, This Time, Good Times, Bad Times, 1X1, Red Sun. This is where I saw them at the Beacon Theater. So there you go, INXS. They should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Please, somebody get that. Meaningless anyway, nobody watches that crap. But anyway, so their best, in order of my opinion. Listen Like Thieves. Kick, number 2. Welcome to Wherever You Are, 3. Full Moon, Dirty Hearts, 4. Shabu Shaba, 5. X, number 6. Number 7, The Swing. Number 8, Elegant Clear Wasted. Number 9, their debut. And number 10, their sophomore album, Underneath the Colors. Hey, have a great weekend. I'll be doing a little news update of some interesting stuff. Anyway, have a good day. Remember, it's all up to you. Don't let this happen. It's all around you. Open your eyes. Open them. Sad. But enjoy the music. Have fun. Because you need to have fun right now, trust me.